It's my 53rd birthday.
Wow.
So, yes.
Congratulations.
So CJ Baird will be starting next
May.
Talk about that moment for a kid like that.
I told the press conference, those are just great. Those are things I will remember more than some of the plays you may remember. Because he was a manager to start. When Fred Wright Jones, when he decided that he was going to concentrate on academics, he was a manager who was also a brilliant student. You know, he's probably at the highest SAT of anybody I've ever coached. And he came out making buckets from the very beginning. He gives us buckets in practice. But for him to sit there for 2 hours and go with a Tim Hardaway crossover and just rise up and shoot it and then put his fingers in the air like this on the way back, it's a great moment for everybody. Just looking at, I didn't see him do that. I just looked at our bench. They were going crazy. That's a sign of a great team.
Most points for a Michigan basketball team since 1992 in an NCAA tournament
Okay, that's good. That's a good thing.
Did you think it was possible? I mean, did you see it coming?
No, I mean, we are capable of that, and if we're, that's the whole theory here behind having 5 shooters on the floor, stretch people out, and hoping that you can get enough open shots and then make them. You know, we were once we got it going, we got a little bit more open than we did against Houston, Montana, but we did have some open shots. I think it was Chris over here was concerned about Muhammad. And I said, you know, he shot the ball pretty good in the garden, and he'll come back to the mean. Just let's be patient. I watch what I see in practice, and he's going to make shots. And if he doesn't, well, he doesn't. But there's nothing wrong. There's nothing we're going to fix.
Can you talk about the job X did on the ball and how
that? Yeah, that was. I mean, he took a personal challenge there. There we had a really talented freshman on that team that is going to run that team, and you know, we take a lot of pride in our individual defense, not just our team defense. And he takes it especially. And so he was really excited to have this opportunity to play against a guard who had played so well against the he's played well all year long for Texas A&M.
16 assists and 1 turnover in the first half, Coach. That really is him being the quarterback of that team, isn't it?
Yeah, he really did a good job. And like I said, the assists, the shooting has a lot to do with the assists. The assists were assists because they're on time, they're on target, they're right where our shooter wants them. We weren't always like that. We had trouble seeing the open man, and then when we hit the open man, it would be a lousy pass, and that's every coach wants that good pass to that guy, so it's easier shots. Good shooting teams usually are good passing teams. We were a good shooting team today.
How about the job Mo did?
You know what? That question's been asked. So here we go, and you know, I think we were in the NCAA tournament, and we had nothing to gain other than a championship in the Garden, and we went in, and this is their makeup. This is their makeup. I don't think they have to reel anybody in, and they know we got to this point last year. I know I personally, you know, being in the Final Four 5 years ago, that wanted to get back there very badly, but we're not going to think about the Final Four. We're just going to think about whoever we're playing, and we will be focused on it. If we get beat, it'll be because they're a better team.
Talk about the job Mo did in the post, not fouling and against their bigs.
I mean, we showed him more video of him. It's just some fundamental things that he does not do, and he gets handsy with people, and it causes the fouls. And so we had this elaborate plan that we were going to double the whole night. I think we doubled one time, and after that, he said, I can handle him. Well, he still got his points, but we sort of conceded some of that and didn't double or gap off them. Analytically, you know, they were down by a lot. 2s aren't going to probably beat you at that time.
Coach, the Wolverines set the tone early. You guys got after it and caused a lot of turnovers and really shut down the A&M. When did you know in this game that you had it in hand and you were going to get something special out of your team tonight?
When I subbed at the end with about 2 minutes to go. No, I'm telling you, you have to know me for a long time, but I have an assistant at Drexel who came back from 27 points in the second half, a former assistant head coach at Drexel, Zach Spiker, and I'm always thinking about that stuff. These guys in the Northern Iowa game just 3 years ago, were down 10 with a minute to go, I think, and came back. So there was no way I thought that game was over until I ended up putting the second team in.
Did it feel different, though, to you, the rhythm that they were showing you, the way they were hitting shots and sharing the ball?
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's how many games is 38 games. No, I don't feel anything. I'm numb to all that stuff. I'm just, what's the next play? I'm not trying to, I don't embrace the experience very well. It doesn't feel different. It's what's next? That's all I concentrate on.
John, with Charles and even Duncan inside, I mean, the job they did, to be able to, even Duncan, to be able to single up one of those guys at this point, I mean, are you looking around being like, he couldn't do that 2 years ago?
We've really worked hard. What I'm most proud about Charles is where Charles was a 1 foot, you heard me say Bambi on ice. You know, he'd go in there all out of control, and he's worked hard for the next month with assistant coaches, with myself, of getting in there, landing on two, and faking people. I mean, he's like, we had trouble with the coach. I don't know if I can do this. I can do this, and it's really changed his game. It allows him to pass too. But Duncan as well. Duncan is, there's a lot of habits they come in with. We're not going to change them all, but there's some. Our experience tells us, my staff are really good to make them be more efficient players.
Because you haven't been to the Elite Eight since 2014, John, can you appreciate and kind of embrace this moment a little bit?
I probably will a touch, but not very much. I'm going to go back. I might watch a minute of this game, and I'll rely more on video. I'll go back and order some room service, simple turkey sandwich or something, and get up in the morning and start watching whoever we're going to play.
Coach,
thank you.
Your warm-up shirt say "Do more, say less." Some of the guys said it's a bit of a mentality that you guys hold. What can you say about that?
Well, I think there's a lot of people that trash talk. There's a lot of people that make statements in the paper, and they talk about a lot of things. And we talk amongst our team, but publicly we want our efforts to speak for us. And so that they came up with that slogan, not the coaching staff. And there was never like something, hey, we gotta talk less and do more. It was they decided that. I mean, we have a tremendous culture on this team. If you didn't notice, if you met those kids, and they're really doing a wonderful job of, our culture has been enhanced by every kid in that squad.
All right, thank you guys.
So much.
Thank you.